It's a good one.
But honestly, we're lost for words with this place.
My biggest one over the last couple of days, and I've got one over 60 pound. This is a powerful fish, boys, this one.
Number 70 to the collection. Well, you find us here in France at the beautiful and stunning Chase Lakes. It's only 2 hours down from Calais, so there really is no effort to get here. We got one of the vehicles off Jamie Keys at Hooked European Carp Tours. I had one of his vehicles before when I've flown out to a venue. Someone drove the equipment, but this time we had myself, Keith, Brad and Tony all in the vehicle, and now we are here and we are greeted by something that has blown us away. We met up with Spencer, the owner, chatted with him and his father and the bailiff Dave, and they have told us what resides in here. I really did not think the large number of fish that resided in this venue, I think it's going to catch us by surprise, mate.
A few big ones in there, aren't there?
What did he say? Potentially 570s?
570s, loads of 60s.
And we're now early November. They're going to be at their optimum weights, premium colours. I'm really chomping at the bit to get a rod out there. I know you are, mate.
I am.
Let's go.
Let's go, mate.
Well, you now find me situated in my swim, and what a beautiful swim I've got. Myself, I'm in Social Bay number 1, you've got Tony in Social Bay number 2, and Keith, he's in Social Bay number 3. Every swim offers some amazing areas of the lake. Keith's got a nice secluded bay, he's got a nice deep margin down there. Tony's got some lovely open water spots, and myself, I've got a lot of water. I've got a really nice bay over this left-hand shoulder. There's a buoy out there, a little island, an aerator, so there's some really nice features that I can go and explore. It's 12 acres in size, really lovely head of fish with some real big ones to go at. Spencer's had the lakes 3 years now, and all the fish that are in here, that they know are in here, that have been caught, they're all microchipped. So every time you land a fish, you can scan the fish, you can see its previous weight, and it's great for Spencer to ensure that he's got one of the premium fisheries here in France. I've fished all over France, Champagne region, north and south, and knowing what Chase Lakes holds, it could blow us away. There could be one in here, £80. Fingers crossed for us three.
Join me down in Peg 3. I've had a good lead about out there. Got sort of depth around 5 or 6 foot. The light's fading quite quick now after getting set up this afternoon. I've had a good walk round on this far margin. I've found a nice couple of overhanging spots. Definitely gonna put a couple of rods out there, one rod out in open water. Maybe go out in the boat tomorrow, have a good look about. But yeah, we're gonna go round now, have a bit of dinner. The bailiff's cooked us a nice lovely roast. So we're gonna go and have that, get back, get the rods out, see what happens tonight, and then have a proper look round in the swim tomorrow.
Well, good morning. You find us on the very first morning here at Chase Lakes, and not a lot has happened. I heard a couple of fish longer in the distance last night, and I'm going to respool a couple of my rods with some new line just to ensure that I can get out to the distances that I need to fish and put all the percentages in our favour. You're coming to the tail end of the year now where the carp are coming more lethargic. They're not moving around as much. They haven't got to exert as much energy, so that means they haven't got to eat as much. So we've got to set little traps. We're trying to catch them. We're not trying to feed them. Target for us is probably a fish over 60 pound, but we do know that it is home to 5 or 6 70s, and that would be the ultimate prize. So I'm going to get the kettle on, have a nice cup of tea, spool up 2 rods, get the rods out even further. But you know what? If you find it a little bit tough at home, or you want to venture out in those colder months, some venues like this one, you can get on in the winter months if you get permission from the owners, and the rewards really are there.
Anyone order a Deliveroo? Have you got a code for me, mate?
6464, mate.
Perfect, that's the one.
Oh, I'm away, I'm away.
Got to go, mate.
We're not even 24 hours in, and the expectancy levels, they wasn't too high. You've got to try and build a plan and then gain on it day by day.
Are you in?
But all the time you've got rods in the water, you've got a chance, you know. And we're attached to our first Chase Lakes carp.
Don't leave me on the floor.
Sorry, E. I'm going to concentrate on these final stages because Tony has got some rods out between me and this one. But it feels bloody great. Yes! It's a good one. Woo-hoo-hoo. It's a good one first start. Well done, Mikey. What a way to open your account at a new venue. £50 two of Chase Lakes Mirror fall into little sweet corn pillow tipped with a few worms over my ever faithful Maple Mulberry winter mix. And that is the proof in the pudding. Oh man, first bite £50. Get in there. Go on, girl. Go on, get on your way. Yeah!
It's now mid-morning. Spoke to the bailiff. He said there's a few hard areas out there, so I've decided to go out in the boat with a prodding stick and have a good look about. First rod was the left-hand rod out on that buoy. Quite a lot of soft stuff out there, but I did find the harder areas, which was a really nice sort of zone. Out to the right of my swim, there's a lovely tree line margin. Loads of overhanging trees, lovely sort of snaggy little areas. Gone and had a look at that out in the boat, found a real nice, like a big root ball coming off of a snag, and it is just pure gravel under there. It looks like a real nice area where the carp are going to hide out. Got the rod, took it out there with the rig and that, placed it down lovely off of the boat, felt it donk on the bottom, nice little bit of bait by it, a few worms, maggots, crushed maple and mulberry. I've reversed the boat round, come across the sort of the front of the snag area. As I've started to come back, the motor started going a little bit slower. I've heard Dan shout out, keeps rods going. I've looked across thinking Tony, the cameraman, had sunk the line and it hadn't quite sunk.
What's happened?
I thought the line was sunk.
It was sunk.
Well, it obviously weren't, was it? Anyway, at that point, Dan's got an absolute screamer. So he's into a fish. I'm sitting out in the boat with my head in my hands and thinking, oh no, what are we going to do here? Anyway, let's go now and see what Dan's got.
Well, I'm a little bit in disbelief. We've now had 2 bites and I'm blown away. It is now the 2nd week of November and to get bites is a bonus. Let's get it up there. Let's have a look at it. Beautiful slate grey mirror. Let's go. Well, that is another very, very impressive mirror. 51.8 this time. Majestic slate grey mirror. Here at Chase Lakes, the Maple Mulberry winter mix working wonders yet again. The same rod, the same hook bait presentation, those ever faithful, super pinpoint sharp hooks. Sweet corn pillows, tipped with worms, the winning combination. What a way to start this session. That's another bite, 100%. I was just enjoying my dinner and the middle rod's away. I'm hooking them out there, just over 140 yards out. And before you know it, a few bleeps, and it's trying to kite to the little island, another 100 yards away. Really powerful fish. Every single one's done this, leading me a merry dance. It's clear there's a few fish there. Touched on location earlier, and they do shoal up in little groups, little pockets, depressions, anywhere that's a little bit deeper, in their comfort zones, and you just got to try and invade their space. That's what I've done. And we'll see if we can get this one in. That's a unit. That's a unit. That's a big one. Yeah, that's a unit. That is huge.
That is a big carp. Massive.
Around 60.
71.8, boy. Go on, the boy.
Not even 24 hours. Spencer, I've got a 70. Another 70 to the collection. When I was invited out to the venue by the owner Spencer, he said the sheer number of big fish and how many 70 pounders reside in this amazing lake just 2 hours from Calais. Do you need any more proof than that? 71.8, 24 hours in, bite number 3. And I am absolutely ecstatic. Fishing with good friends and work colleagues. Catching beautiful fish like this in the middle of November. This is what carp fishing is all about. Come on, baby, let's get you back. One last look at this majestic creature, 71.8 from Chase Lakes. If you didn't know about this lake, you will now. The stock is ridiculous.
2 50s and a 70 today.
3 bites, 2 50s and a 70. And this is one of 6 70s.
Mate, mental stock.
It's all to play for,
crazy.
mate. It's all to play for, plenty of
Mate,
time
I'm
to go.
going for number 3 this year.
One last look with my old mucker.
Look at him, look. What a fish, what a venue. Good son. Well done, mate. Yes. Get in there.
Well, nothing else materialised after the big mirror last night, did it, mate?
No, very quiet during the night, mate. Didn't hear many shows, did you?
No, it looks a different lake. It feels a bit motionless.
Quite bleak this morning, isn't it?
Well, you think that area where has done the 3 bites, there's a good area to the left of it where there's been no line pressure.
Down in that far corner, yeah.
And I think if we go and have a look up the aerator system, have a look up the back, because obviously with it not being on at the moment, it's a little bit of a safe haven. But depth doesn't always mean.
No, they want to be up in that area. We've seen them up there, haven't we? And it's well, you've had them 3 fish now, haven't you?
Yeah.
2 50s and a 70. It's
the stamping is a joke.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get up there, mate. Have a little look and see what today brings.
Definitely, mate.
Off to you, mate.
No.
Oh, I'm away. I'm away. After the success yesterday, with the final bite being that 71 pounder, I did put the rod back out last night, but I felt because I didn't have the horizon marker in the daylight to get it right back on the exact position, just wasn't happy and it didn't materialise overnight to do a bite. So I've redone it out at the back of this bay and I've had an absolute melter and they all really pull in here. This is rucking harder than the others. That's right. Well, what a lovely way to start Tuesday's proceedings. 48 pound, hard fighting Chase Lakes mirror, the same mix, the same spot, the same rig presentation, those super buoyant pillows over the Maple Mulberry mix, continuing to bring these beautiful carp. What a lovely, lovely mirror.
Me and Dan went for a little walk earlier on, up to his left. There's a lovely bay up there long, and Dan didn't have any rods up there, so we're on a team effort. There's a lot of fish over his side, and the old boys kindly let me put a single rod down to the left of his swim, and I've now joined the party. I've got my first Chase Lakes carp on, and it's given me the merry run. It's gone right from that far bay, right down the end there. It's come right across under Dan's rods here, and I've got it out in open water. Feels like a lovely fish. Let's just hope we get it in, eh? Well done, son. Absolutely over the moon to get my first Chase Lakes mirror. 45 pound, pristine condition, absolutely fought like a machine. Off you go to make another angler happy, look. Come on. Literally just putting that 45 back in the water to release it, and I've heard Dan shout out to me and one of my other rods has gone. I've jumped out of the water, gone flying up there, and this one is absolutely moving. I've had to lift the rod over these trees here because it's kited over Tony's rods in the middle here, and it's now making haste down towards Dan's bait. Absolutely flying down there, and it feels like another really good fish. What an hour this is turning out to be. Go on, get in there. Go on, brother. Cheers, guys.
That is a nice one.
What a moment of madness that was. 47 pounds of pure bar of gold common carp from Chase Lakes. What a fish. That's 45 and 47 in the last half hour or so. Buzzing. Dan!
Yeah.
Sorry, mate. What's going on? It's crazy times. I've just put a 45 mirror back. While I was putting that back, my other rod screamed off. Look at that. 47 common. Just releasing this one. And Dan's left hand rod's gone into absolute meltdown. That's winter fishing for you at its best. Absolutely insane. Off you go.
Well, that was the result of the last bite. 35-pound mirror, again in tip-top condition. Gonna get this one back now, get that rod back out and get some food on. Come on, girl. Yes.
What an evening this turned out to be. Had a lovely evening tonight, a social up in the lodge there. The owners really kindly brought us a takeaway round tonight, a lovely kebab. It's now midnight, we just got into bed, and one of my rods has rattled off again with this mega gnarly old Chase Lakes mirror. 59 pound 2 ounce. What a fish. Again, fall into the ever faithful sweet corn pillars. Thank you, mate. Let's get him back. Cracking, that water's bloody freezing.
Well, what a way to start the day. And to think the best thing in the mornings here was the Chase Lake breakfast. Sorry, Dave, you have to put that in second place now. A 63-pound mirror, one of the A-team, known as Woody, and I am absolutely buzzing with this one. What a carp, what a venue. Oh man, what a session. F***ing buzzing. Well, I was covering all carp care guidelines by only retaining fish for a minimal amount of time. We've carried it from the bank into the water to get a lovely release shot and maybe a potential water shot. But Woody, my old mate, had other ideas. He's gone, but I don't know what to say. Thanks, mate.
Well, Dan's fish had just done a disappearing act on him, so I decided to go and get mine out the sling as it was waiting for me to do a bit of footage and pictures. And as we got it out of the sling, into the corral, I just lifted it up for Brad to do a shot of me, and it decided it wanted to do the off, leaving me with what only can be called a ghost carp, because it's gone. So, yeah. Hopefully, over the next couple of days, I'll be able to put another one on the bank and it will make up for it and might be a little bit bigger.
Now seems like a really good opportunity to talk you through my maple and mulberry autumn winter mix. It really couldn't be easier, and it's utilising really good food items that the carp love to eat during the colder months. I really don't want to be putting in lots of bait. I just want to entice a bite. I don't want to feed them, I just want to catch them. But the first part is the part of the naturals, and I take a nice handful. It's a kilo bag of worms here. I get a little handful, just drop them in, and then the same amount again, relatively small handfuls, drop them in. And then what I like to do, I take a small empty tin of sweet corn, I scoop it into the casters. So I just take half a can, drain that out. I'll do the same with the hemp, and then now I'll move over into my chosen boilie. Really great bait going into the winter months. That's the maple and the mulberry. I'll get a full can of crumb. I add that in, and then now I've got some of the new 12 millers. I just take one handful, 2 handfuls, and then a third. Very simple, could not be easier. Give them a nice little mix through. But at this current stage, all the worms are whole. So I like to chop them up with some dedicated worm scissors, and all that white snotty foam comes out, which the carp absolutely love. Now that brings me on to the hook baits and the rigs. They couldn't be any simpler. I've got 2 out there, exactly the same presentations. They're both on spinner rigs. This one's got 2 sweet corn pillows and a little bed of chopped worm. And on this one, I've got a softer boom section just to go over the substrate out there. They're both working wonders. And if you want to put some fish on the bank through the colder months, then check out this mix. It really does work.
We've had a great evening this evening, sitting up in the lodge. It's been a great social week this has. I wandered off back to the bivvy. I was having a little lay on the bed because we was up a little bit last night, and I was just dozing off, and all of a sudden I've had an absolute melter. And like all the others, it's put up a good show for itself. I've now got him just standing in the edge here. He's doing exactly the same as a lot of the other carp have done in here. They seem to nosedive at the bottom and try to bury themselves in the silt. But we've nearly got this one beat. Cheers, me old mate. Cheers, brother.
We're now back in the swim. My old mate Keith's got one. He's just weighed it, and I was interrupting the filming. 35 pounder, fin perfect common. And the island rod's gone. Doesn't feel extremely big, but you never know till they pop up. So you've got to give them all the same amount of care, the same amount of focus, because what feels small could pop up to be an absolute giant, and also vice versa. You have one that's plodding, and it turns out to be a really small one. But you've got to enjoy them. They're all unique in their own special way. And we enjoy it. Oh, it's locked me up. Majorly. It's majorly locked me up, lads. Like, majorly locked me up. I don't want to lose it here. It's under that, it's under all that. I'm moving him.
Maybe I've scared him a bit.
I'm moving him. He's coming free. He's coming free. It's a common. That's an alright cue. It's a common. We got
a couple of commons.
Yeah, man.
Well, we're a couple of hours into darkness, and look at that. He's going off. Bar of gold. 2 lovely commons here. My one was £35.
Unfortunately, mine was only 33, so he won this time.
Beat him there, didn't I? But even so, what a couple of cracking fish.
Great bit of action.
Brilliant, mate, isn't it?
Great bit of action. We're going to get these ones back.
Get the ones back out.
now getting to about 10 o'clock. A couple of nights left tonight included in that. And we're just listening in the darkness at big French carp rolling.
Both had one each this evening already, didn't we?
Yep, 33 for me, 35 for Keith. I forget about that, it was £2 bigger, but I've heard it a couple of times already. But it is, you just don't know what the next bite is. They all fight so hard. And just the baiting application, I can't stress it enough. People love to come away and fill it in, put lots of bait in, but just be mindful of the time of the year. So yeah, we're going to jump up there, have a cup of tea. It's my turn to put the kettle on. So good angling so far. Yeah, first time this week. Yeah. Good angling so far, mate. And
mate.
It ain't over yet.
Let it continue.
You get the milk, I'll get the bags. Come on.
Well, after a cracking evening again last night, socialising with the lads up at the lodge behind the swim, we had some great food and some right good laughs, as we have had all week. We must have gone to bed about 11:30, 12 o'clock last night. I couldn't have been asleep for two, maybe 3 hours, 2.5 hours, and I've had an occurrence on one of my right-hand rods. I had a massive drop back on it. The other lads and that, they were asleep. I didn't want to bother them, and it got hooked up on something. I could still feel the fish, but there was something that didn't quite feel right out there, so I thought the best thing to do, got the life jacket on, I jumped in the boat, I've got myself out there. As I'm coming out there, I can feel the odd kick of the fish and whatnot, but yeah, unfortunately, it does happen, and yeah, I didn't manage to get that one. So I got back in, got the rod back sorted, got it out again, and it must have been about 5:45 this morning. I've had an absolute one-toner on one of the other rods. No one heard the take. I'm playing this fish, and yeah, this one felt special. It really did give up a good show for itself. Got it down in the margins. First time I see it, I just see this big old gnarly head come up sort of out the water. Yeah, it was a good one. It's the one that I've been hoping for this week. Wow, look at him. My biggest one over the last couple of days. And I've got one over £60. £67. What a creature. Absolutely over the moon with him. This one falling to a double tutti frutti pillars. What a fish. Absolutely mega last couple of days fishing that we've had here at Chase Lakes. We've had fish to over £70. This is now a second fish over, second 60. Absolutely over the moon. Thank you, mate. Let's get him back. Come on. Spencer, the owner, he's been coming round when we've been having these big fish, because we've been able to have them out of the water, which normally on here, all the fish are weighed in the water. But because of what we're doing out here this week, Spencer's allowed us to have the fish on the bank, overseeing it all. And yeah, so mission accomplished for me and Dan, do you know what I mean? We've come out here with certain expectations, and it's gone way past that the week we've had. It's absolutely been a brilliant, brilliant week.
We'll wait.
It's been a fantastic morning after the colossal mirror Keith had, £67, big mahogany, deep-bodied mirror. And the only rod that I've redone, because it's been relatively quiet out there, I thought it might have to play the long game now. The bites have been coming, I'm thinking they might be wising up to the areas, but I've redone a little bit of bait on one spot, a little bit of maple mix, and that's the only rod that's gone. And I can see this is quite a nice mirror. Deep-bodied. No, look, your lines round this. Whoa, 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 no, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's not in, it's not in, it's not in. It's not in. I can't get his head up. I can't get his head up because I have a line. No, you ain't. No, you ain't. We do, we do. The other line's wrapped round him, look. This side's got a big old pop rib. Well, there you go. What an old cool character that one is. And that is now my 5th one over £50. Incredible venue, incredible stock. I'm blown away to have this sort of action in November. We keep saying it, but it is utterly ridiculous. I'm gonna get this one back now, get that rod out for the evening, have a little bit of food and have a really nice social with the lads. Thank you very much, mate. 5 over 50. Blown away is an understatement. Come on, buddy. He's under Brad's legs. Well, I've just had a £52 mirror, 52.8. This is the importance of location and getting the rod back out as quick as possible. The only difference is I didn't bring a lot of naturals out with us. So I'm now slowly edging by putting more and more crush out, Maple Crush, and it's brought 2 really quick bites. Got a big set of shoulders. Well, there you go, £40.8. Immaculate common carp. What a venue. I know we keep saying it, but honestly, we're lost for words with this place. Well, what a mad 24 hours that was, mate. Yeah, it's been a blast. You know, genuinely, we keep saying it. We was hoping for a few bites.
Just this time of year, we come out here thinking we've had 4 or 5 fish. We've done all right.
Yeah,
it's been cold, isn't it?
Yeah, it has been cold. Yeah, it has been cold. It's progressively got better, and I still think there's one last turn of the screw for a real monster. You know,
Tonight, yeah.
The rods have gone out again perfectly, just on darkness. Let's see what we can do. It's been an amazing trip. 7 over 50 between us. 70s, 60s, multiple 50s, and so on. And yeah, great conditions.
There'll be another tonight.
Good company. We are going to do our very best and our utmost to put one last real whacker on the bank. Well, it's the very last night. We were just sitting up there in front of the fire pit. I said about 10 minutes ago, I reckon there might be a bite between 7:30 and 8:15. And I reckon we're on cue for that now. We've got another bite, which is key. We're still learning. We're still putting fish on the bank, hopefully. Last night's success. Autumn winter fishing at its very best. Well, it's been a fantastic day behind the rods, and we're starting Thursday night with this football-shaped mirror at £46. Fall into the Maple Mulberry mix again, tooted pillows, but we're not going to spend too much time admiring this one because Keith has literally netted one of a similar stamp, I believe, and it's going to be a real shame to go home tomorrow. Thank you very much.
We've just seen Dan's one. Dan's one was a bit bigger at 46. This one just shy of 45, at 44.12. Really happy with that. Great start to the evening. I'm going to get this back now and I'm going to get to bed. I'm absolutely knackered.
Well, we are all but the rods packed away. We're just loading the van in an organised fashion. It's always a game of Tetris when there's 4 people's gear in there. Sitting in the back of the van, the receiver's outside, and it is busting to life. We've not long had a common down there, I haven't weighed him yet. Probably around 30 something pounds. The owner's not long brought us around breakfast, and I say we're packing up now, heading off home. It's been an amazing trip. Loads of laughs, loads of big fish. Real good company and an amazing venue. Over 20 fish now, and I reckon now we are attached to our last Chase Lakes fish. So we get this one in, myself and Keith will hold these fish up and show you, and we get off on our travels back to England to see our families. Just round this dorsal, there you go. Look at the old sweet corn pillars, boy. They've been a joke. Little triple stack. No, he ain't. Well, what a fitting way to end. Joined by the owner Spencer with me, Dave the bailiff with Keith, and two absolutely crackers to end. Lovely £42 mirror here.
£37 common.
And if you're looking to come out to Chase Lakes, head on over to www.chaselakes.com, and if you want to get in touch with Spencer and his wife, they'd be happy to give you information. You can go to an email address at info@chaselakes.com. We've absolutely enjoyed our stay here. These are the final two pieces to the puzzle. We're going to get ourselves off to England now. Spence, Dave, we can't thank you enough, guys.
Thanks,
Brilliant,
Steve.
mate.
It's been an absolute pleasure, all here.
Yeah.
Been brilliant, absolute credit.
And we can't wait to come back. Let's go, son.
Let's go, mate.